over 70 players who are perfect to build your team around in FIFA 23 career mode. These are players who are aged 23 or under at the start of your new save. Be sure to watch till the end of this video to see a few extra tips and rules you can apply to your career mode when using these players. The first player is Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I would recommend to keep in a career mode save with Liverpool, and he still has a fantastic 88 potential as well. Do note that these are one club players in terms of you having to keep these players at one club in a career mode with each team. These are not necessarily the highest potential or most realistic players to keep in a save, just my recommendations. For Manchester City there's of course one player to keep throughout the entire career mode, and that is Phil Foden, who has 90 potential. Despite the rumours of Mount leaving his beloved Chelsea, he is still the best option to use as a one club player when doing a career mode with Chelsea, and he also has 85 potential as well. For Arsenal I would pick Bukayo Saka, who has 90 potential in FIFA 23, and because Marcus Rashford is 24 years old at the start of a new save, I would recommend to keep Alejandro Garnacho in a Manchester United career mode, and he also has 86 potential in FIFA 23. For Tottenham Hotspur I would pick Oliver Skip, who has 83 potential, and a player with similar potential for Newcastle United with Elliot Anderson, who is a beast to use in FIFA this year. And another player with 83 potential is Jacob Ramsey, who I would recommend to keep in an Aston Villa career mode. And there's an easy answer for West Ham, as you of course have to keep Declan Rice at the club and make him a true club legend. He also has 87 potential in this FIFA. Leicester City are struggling in real life, but I would recommend to keep Kiernan Dewsbury Hall at the club when you are doing a career mode with Leicester, and he also has 81 potential in FIFA 23. For Wolves I would pick fullback Hugo Bueno, who is a Spanish left back, and he has 82 potential in FIFA 23. Now a player who is actually first loaned out to another club in career mode is Jared Bramford, who originally plays for Everton, but he is loaned out to PSV in season 1. For Nottingham Forest there's only one perfect option in Brennan Johnson, who you can turn into the new Gareth Bale, and he has 85 potential in FIFA 23. For Crystal Palace I would also pick a fullback in Tyrick Mitchell, and he has 82 potential. There aren't really any high potential one club talents options at Leeds right now, so why not have a goalkeeper who has been at the club for a few years, who now becomes the main man at Leeds. For Brighton you have the perfect striker to use in career mode with Evan Ferguson, who has 85 potential. Brentford don't really have many high potential talents, so I would pick Josh Da Silva, who has 78 potential in FIFA 23 currently. The best player to keep in a Fulham career mode in FIFA 23 is Luke Harris, who has 84 potential, and he is a very solid option for any road to glory or any career mode save. And there are a few good options for Southampton, but I would recommend to keep Romeo Lavia, who has 86 potential in FIFA this year. And for Bournemouth the perfect player to keep in a career mode is Lloyd Kelly, who is already the captain of the club in real life, and he has the leadership trait in career mode already, and he also has 80 potential. Now I won't show you the best one club player options from every team in the top 5 leagues, but I will still give you a few recommendations from every league, beginning with Bayern Munich, and of course this has to be Jamal Musiala, who has 92 potential to start with. And for Dortmund it's a player who is currently linked with a move away from Dortmund actually, but I would recommend to keep Youssoufa Moukoko in FIFA 23, as he has a very solid option to have as striker, and he has 89 potential. For a Leipzig career mode I would recommend to keep Dominique Szoboszlai, who has amazing free kicks, and he has 87 potential. And when you start doing a Bayer Leverkusen career mode it's only for one player really, and that is Florian Wirtz, who has 91 potential in FIFA 23. And a fun little player to try out in a Frankfurt career mode is Jasper Lindstrom, and I would definitely recommend to keep him, as he will definitely grow to at least his 83 potential. And a fun player to watch and to use in FIFA 23 is Kouadio Kone, who plays for Gladbach, and he has 86 potential. For Wolfsburg you have two solid centre back options to keep throughout the entire career mode, and my pick is Maxence Lacroix, who has 84 potential to start with. In Ligue 1 you of course have to keep Kylian Mbappe when you start doing a PSG career mode, and as you all know he has a massive 95 potential in FIFA 23, and a difficult choice for a Marseille career mode, but I would recommend to keep Matteo Guendouzi, who has 86 potential and is a very solid player in career mode this year. And someone who can be seen as the new Kylian Mbappe is Elias Ben-Seguir, who plays for AS Monaco, and he is a young French striker who has 86 potential as well. I would recommend to keep Desiree Doué in a Rennes career mode in FIFA 23, as he has 86 potential and he is a great attacking midfielder to have in your squad. One of the best strikers to use in FIFA 23 is Jonathan David, who plays for Lille, and I would definitely recommend to keep him when you start doing a career mode with Lille. And when you start a Lyon career mode I would highly recommend to keep Ryan Gerke at the club, who has a massive 87 potential. In a Barcelona career mode I would recommend to keep Pedri. The main reason is that Gavi actually doesn't have a game face in FIFA 23 yet, and Pedri also has an incredible 92 potential. In a Real Madrid career mode I would recommend to keep Federico Valverde. He's an incredible player to start with, and he will will only get better as he has 91 potential. And the only player with 80 plus potential in Atletico's current squad is Pablo Barrios, who has 84 potential. In his Sevilla career mode, I would recommend to keep Tanguy Nianzou, who is a French centre back and he has 83 potential. In a Villarreal career mode, I would recommend to keep Jeremy Pino, who has 87 potential and he is a fantastic winger to have in your squad. Athletic Club de Bilbao of course have a limited amount of players you can actually sign because of the Basque only rule, but they have Nico Williams in their squad who has 86 potential and he can make up a great deal alongside his brother Iñaki Williams. Valencia are currently struggling in real life, but I would recommend to keep Hugo Guillamon, who is a Spanish centre back but he can also play as a CDM and he has 83 potential. Takefusa Kubo has been a big talent in career mode over the last few years and he is now at Real Sociedad and he still has 85 potential, and that's why I would recommend to keep him in a Real Sociedad career mode. And when you want to try at Real Betis, I would recommend to keep winger Rodri, who has 85 potential as well. For a Juventus career mode, I would recommend to keep Nicolo Fagioli, who has 87 potential. Another player who has been a big talent in career mode over the last few years is Sandro Tonali, who currently plays at AC Milan and he still has 88 potential and he is an incredible player to keep in an AC Milan career mode. And there's only one option to keep in a Napoli career mode, and that is Kvaratskhelia, who has 90 potential in FIFA 23. A player who I think will play for Inter for the next decade is Alessandro Bastoni, who has 89 potential. And an underrated talent to use in FIFA this year is Nikola Zalewski, who plays for AS Roma and he has 85 potential. In a Lazio career mode, I would recommend to keep Luca Romero, who has 84 potential. Rasmus Højlund is having a great season in real life at Atalanta and that's why I would recommend to keep him in a career mode with Atalanta, and he has a very good 86 potential as well. One of my favorite players to use in career mode from the past few FIFAs is Dodo, who currently plays for Fiorentina and he is a Brazilian right back who has 80 potential currently. In a Udinese career mode, I would recommend to keep Simone Pavundi. He has 86 potential in FIFA 23 and be sure to watch my Udinese challenge to see why exactly I would recommend to keep Pavundi. Now in an Ajax career mode, I would recommend to keep Jurrien Timber, who is a fantastic centre back option and he has 88 potential as well. A wonderkid who is having a fantastic season in real life is Xavi Simons, who currently plays for PSV and he also has 88 potential. Another attacking midfielder is Sebastian Szymanski, currently plays for Feyenoord and I would highly recommend to keep him as he has great stats already and he has 83 potential as well. A player I love watching in real life is Jesper Karlsson, who currently plays for AZ Alkmaar and he has 82 potential. Benfica have a huge wonderkid in their squad with Antonio Silva and he has 88 potential in FIFA 23. Rivals Porto also have a huge wonderkid and it is goalkeeper Diogo Costa, who has 87 potential. In his Sporting career mode, I would recommend to keep Abdul Fatawu Isahaku, who has 85 potential. And in his Celtic career mode, I would recommend to keep Jota, who is a Portuguese winger and he has 82 potential in FIFA 23. As Tillman is actually loaned to Rangers for the first season, I would actually recommend to keep Nicolas Hasken, who is a good little gem in midfield. When you want to do a career mode in Argentina and want to use River Plate, I would recommend to keep Pablo Solari, who has 84 potential. But if you want to use rivals Boca Juniors, I would recommend to keep Alan Varela, who has 85 potential. Björn Meijer is a fantastic player to have at left back and that's why I would recommend to keep him in a Club Brugge career mode and he has 86 potential as well. A player who is doing great in Belgium this season is Mike Tresor, who plays for Genk and he has 83 potential. Royal Antwerp have a few decent talents, but I would recommend to keep William Pacho in a career mode with them and he has a solid 84 potential as well. If you want to rebuild Anderlecht in FIFA 23, I would recommend to keep goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen, who is a Dutch talent and he has 82 potential. Someone with a great name and a good potential is Gift Orban, who currently plays for Gent and he has 83 potential and I would highly recommend to keep him when you start a save with Gent. If you want to start a save in Turkey and want to use Galatasaray, I would recommend to keep Nicolo Zaniolo, who has 84 potential. And probably the biggest Turkish talent at the moment is Arda Güler, who plays for Fenerbahce and I would highly recommend to keep him in a save with them as well, as he has 86 potential. And the last player in this video is Gedson Fernandes, who I would recommend to keep if you start a career mode with Besiktas, as he has 82 potential. And a few tips or rules you can use in the save are the following. Of course, you cannot sell the one club player throughout the entire career mode. Give the one club player the captain's armband, as they will be the leader of your team and help the club into the new era. And have at least 4 players with the same nationality as your one club player in a starting 11. If it's difficult to apply this rule in the first season, start using it from the second season. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to never miss any other career mode content, and I will see you at the next video.